Hello to one and all watching this. VGSOM was today indeed privileged to welcome a pioneering leader from the Government of India amongst us. We have with us Mr. Avik Sarkar, the Chief of Data Analytics Cell at the Niti Aayog. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Now, after what can be billed as a truly enriching lecture, we have a few questions for sir, for the audience at large. So, shall we proceed with it, sir?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So the first question is, what are the challenges that you think are faced while collecting data for a country like India on a national scale?
So the data traditionally since independence in the country has been collected through surveys. Surveys, we have a very robust statistical system which was started by PC Mohammad and it's also led to the statistical institution set up. Very robust system for collecting data, but it has its own challenges. Even though it is robust, the process is very laborious and time consuming. And the reason for this is that we get a lot of the data at very long intervals. For example, healthcare data we get in intervals of 10 years. Some of the very crucial data like employment we get in intervals of say 5 to 10 years. A lot of the data related to education and other things are only available when these ad hoc surveys happen on the education outcome level or migration. Another field where data is not available on a more regular basis. So data is available with us, but data is not available in a timely manner. Data today has become such an important with the advent of the internet and digital technologies. Data has a very different role. Data which is a bit old, it tends to become irrelevant. That is the problem that we are facing.
Right.
So we have to move from a system which is generating data at long intervals to something that is generating data at a more real-time pace. And that is the big challenge that we face because the surveys are not equipped to collect data in a real-time pace.
Okay. But I believe we have made bold steps in the direction of collecting real-time data, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, so that there have been some of the steps that Niti Aayog has taken in that direction, and these are around creating indexes on various key sectors like the health, education, sustainable development, coal, water management, energy efficiency, and things of that nature, where we do not do a detailed survey, but we rely a lot on administrative data, and the aim is also to use this administrative data along with some big data to augment them and get a picture of the economy. Like you might have seen in the recent time, what we have done is that in the lack of credible data on employment, we have taken the data which is generated from say EPFO, SH and NPS, basically payroll data, and this data has been used to look at how many employment has been created. Other data sources have also been compared. Like so, we have taken the new commercial vehicles been registered, and each commercial vehicle giving jobs to say 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 drivers over there. Number of new companies been registered. Again, an avenue which is giving new jobs to people. The number of chartered accountants, doctors, lawyers passing out every year. These numbers are available in the public domain. And these are also the avenues through which jobs are created. Then there have been so many mudra loans that have been given in the last few years. These are also creating a lot of employment. So this data is a new methodology in which we are trying to use administrative data combined with big data to fill in the gap that has been there for the survey data. This is there. We have been trying to get sense of the various sectors of the economy through this data, and then hopefully the methodology that we have started improve over the time, and then they become more robust, by which they can become a real alternative to the survey data that is there.
Thank you so much, sir. So the second question that I would like to ask you is, if you could shed some light on the new initiatives being taken by Niti Aayog to apply these real-time data that is being made available by new technologies like IoT or artificial intelligence, and what role it has in the formulation of public policies. You've covered a lot of it in the first question itself, but
So our indexes are very important. They are a very real-time means of data. IoTs are becoming very important Again, IoTs, you have to understand, are data which are mostly about say systems or machines.
Right.
So there are smart cities which are there. 100 smart cities have been announced. Out of those, about 15 smart cities already have a command and control center.
Okay.
And what I mean by command and control center is that there are a lot of the items that are connected through the sensors. So it can be street lights, it can be automated parking, it can be dustbins which are working on the day or not, at what time, how many, how often they are cleared. So this sort of data are being monitored through the sensors which are attached to the instruments, IoT instruments exactly. This data is been then fed onto the server. So you will know the dustbins across all the locations across the city in a smart city, once they're connected to sensors, how often they get filled up and how often they have been emptied. So if you see something has been filled up at 10 a.m. in the morning and been emptied the next day, you can find that there is an administrative or governance failure by which the efforts can be taken to improve that. You know, another one, you can see that the dustbin is always emptied before it gets filled up, with an indication that there is a very efficient functioning there.
Right.
There's giving there two extremes. So this sort of data only gives you an indication to create analytics, and based on which then the governance has to be done. So giving you the analytics, you have to also understand that analytics doesn't solve you the problem. Analytics, even in a traditional form also, it will tell you that this is a customer who is likely to leave your service, or this is a customer who is likely to prevent your fraud. It will not prevent your fraud from you. It will only give you the indication of intelligence. In this case also, it is telling you in which cases it is working, which cases it is not working, and then it is up to the administrators to use this insights intelligently for their own governance purposes.
Thank you so much, sir. This was indeed very eye-opening and ingenious. It's a proud fact that so many of these smart cities are functioning so well, and of course, it's a wonderful way ahead for all of us to see. So, the final question for you, sir, is how was your experience of interacting today with the students of the Vinod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur? Like,
So it was an awesome experience. I was very, very surprised to see so many people at the late hour of the day. I was expecting some 10-15 people, and it turned out to 200 really enthusiastic people sitting in the room. At first, I was feeling really nervous because addressing 200 people was not an easy task. But I think you turned out to a very good audience with very interesting questions till the end of the time. You were very attentive. And thanks for your attention.
thank you so much, sir, for giving us today the privilege of hosting you amongst us. We look forward to visiting to your visit more often in the near future.
Sure.
And thank you once
Thank
again from the entire Vinod Gupta School of Management family.
you.
Thank you, sir.